Chair recognizes the member for Chilliwack.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd first like to recognize that I'm on the territory of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, Songhees, and Esquimalt First Nations. I'm really happy that I can be here again today with you, Mr. Speaker. You'll be happy to hear I don't have phone numbers today. I don't have phone numbers today, so I'm sure the member from Peace River South is disappointed as well. I wanted to speak to this bill because it is close to my heart. I was a locally elected official. I was a school trustee, and I ran in many local elections. And this makes the system a lot more fair. It actually injects a bit more democracy in the system, which is great. You know, the BC NDP in 2017, we put the people back at the center of politics by getting rid of the Wild West rules in provincial politics. And then we did the same in local elections as well. And the amendments in this legislation are just building on that. I know we're calling them electoral organizations, and that's what they're currently called in the legislation, but for all intents and purposes, they're political parties. And so I'm happy to see that they're going to be treated just like a provincial political party, in that they have to do financial statements every year. They have to register and do annual financial disclosure statements, of course. And I think that just makes sense on any level. And also requiring them to fundraise the exact same way as political parties fundraise in between elections. We can no longer use union or corporate donations to keep our lights on anymore at our political parties. We must get individual donations, and that again puts people at the center of politics. And so I really like these rules. You know, I come from Chilliwack, and it was not uncommon for people to bankroll their own campaigns. You know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and when you don't have limits and you can do things like that, you can't. It makes it really hard to compete with that kind of money, and I think it does a disservice to our government, to politics, and democracy if it's a pay-to-play system such as that. I also really like the amendments around third-party advertising. I come from Chilliwack, and we have had third-party advertisers, you know, standing on freeway overpasses or standing on corners. They have signage made. They're handing out materials, and very often they don't register, and so that is quite disappointing. I like that it's extending the timeline so that you have to declare you're a third-party advertiser much further away from the election. It creates a longer election period, I guess you could call it. You know, we just had a school board by-election in Chilliwack, and it got pretty rough. There was an illegal billboard went up, and you know, pretty misogynistic, and really tore our community in two. Just this one billboard. And so I also like the amendments around the investigative powers that we're going to give Elections BC now. You know, it will be much harder to do those kind of shenanigans if you can be investigated and you can be penalized under the Elections Act. So I didn't want to speak very long, but I really did want to speak to this bill because it is close to my heart, and I think it is. I think amendments like this and moving in this direction is what we need to do in our province to put, like I said, I mean, the people back in politics. I don't have a phone number for you today, but I do have a catchphrase. So I just like to leave it at that, and thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.